Peace be upon you, dear friends. Let us tell you the tale of a strange boy who dared, with a tongue of iron, to confront an arrogant ruler. His words were like a sharp sword that wounded the tyrant deeply. Who was this boy, and what did the ruler do to him after he insulted him before the crowd? Are you ready to witness the story of the child who overturned the balance of the court with his words and made the ruler bite his fingers in regret? It is told that long ago a ruler went out on a hunting trip. He then saw 9 dogs surrounding a small boy, no more than 10 years old. The ruler approached and asked the boy, "What are you doing here, boy?" The boy raised his eyes with confidence and replied, "O bearer of news, you looked at me with contempt, spoke to me with arrogance. Your words are the words of a tyrant, and your mind is the mind of a donkey." The ruler was astonished and asked, "Do you not know me?" The boy answered, "I knew you by the darkness of your face, for you spoke before offering peace." The ruler, enraged, said, "Woe to you! I am the ruler." The boy replied without hesitation, "May God never bring me near your home nor your dwelling. How plentiful are your words, and how little is your honor." No sooner had the boy finished than the armies surrounded him from every side, each soldier chanting, "Peace be upon you, commander of the faithful." The ruler ordered, "Seize this boy, for he has wounded me with his words." They took the boy, and the ruler returned to his palace. He sat in his council, with people bowing their heads in awe of his presence, for he was among them like a fierce lion. Then he ordered the boy to be brought in. When the boy stood before him and saw the ministers and men of state, he did not fear them. Instead, he said, "Peace be upon you." The ruler did not return the greeting. The boy lifted his head and looked around, seeing the palace towering high, adorned with carvings and mosaics of exquisite beauty. He said, "Do you build on every height monuments for vanity, and take palaces as though you will live forever? And when you strike as tyrants." The ruler straightened himself after having reclined. The courtiers said to the boy, "You ill-mannered child, why did you not greet the commander of the faithful with the proper greeting? Why did you not show respect in his presence?" The boy replied, "O lice of donkeys! Fatigue from the road and climbing the stairs prevented me. As for peace, it is upon the commander of the faithful and his companions, that is, upon the just leader and his followers." The ruler said, "Boy, you have come on the day of your death, and your hopes are lost." The boy answered, "By God, O ruler, if my appointed time has not yet come, then your words will neither harm me little nor much." Some guards shouted, "You have gone too far in your ignorance, you vile, ill-mannered wretch. Look at whom you are addressing. Speak with respect, for he is the ruler of Iraq and Syria." The boy replied, "Have you not heard the words of God? Every soul will argue on its own behalf." The ruler asked, "And whom did you mean by your words, boy?" The boy said, "I meant the just leader and his companions." "And you, O ruler, upon whom do you send peace?" The ruler answered, "Upon the reigning king." The boy said, "The wicked king, may God's curse be upon him, and upon the angels and all people." The ruler asked, "And why is that, boy?" The boy replied, "Because he committed a great sin, and many lives were lost because of it." Some of those present said, "Kill him, O commander of the faithful, for he has disobeyed authority, abandoned the community, and insulted the reigning king." The boy said, "O ruler, reform your courtiers, for they are ignorant." The ruler signaled them to be silent, then asked, "Do you know my brother?" The boy replied, "Your brother is Pharaoh, when Moses and Aaron came to remove him from his throne, and he consulted his courtiers. The ruler ordered his execution. But the wise counselor said, 'Grant him to me, O commander of the faithful. May God set your affairs right.' The ruler said, 'He is yours. May God not bless him.' The boy retorted, 'No thanks to the giver nor to the receiver.' The counselor said, 'I wish to save you from death, and you speak to me in this way?' Then he turned to the ruler and said, 'Do as you wish, O commander of the faithful.' The ruler asked the boy, 'From which city are you?' The boy replied, "From the city of light." The ruler said, "From the city of the wicked, you mean?" The boy asked, "And why do you call it the city of the wicked?" The ruler answered, "Because its drink is of gold, its women are for play, its Nile is a wonder, and its people are neither Arab nor foreign." The boy said, "I am not of them." The ruler asked, "Then from which land are you?" The boy replied, "I am from the land of the sun." The ruler said, "From the worst of places and the least of religions." The boy asked, "And why is that, O ruler?" He answered, "Because they are foreigners, strangers like cattle and sheep. Their speech is heavy and their wealthy are miserly." The boy said, "I am not one of them." The ruler asked, "Then where are you from?" He replied, "I am from the city of eternal spring." The ruler said, "That is one of the finest lands, yet its people are quick to anger and harsh in body." The boy said, "I am not one of them." The ruler asked, "Then where are you from?" The boy replied, "I am from the land of generosity." The ruler said, "That is a land not well spoken of." The boy asked, "And why is that?" The ruler replied, "Because their voices are sweet, yet their wise men play the flute and their ignorant drink wine." The boy said, "I'm not one of them." The ruler asked, "Then where are you from?" The boy replied, "I am from the city of peace." The ruler said, "Then you are from the people of meanness, ignorance, and little sense." The boy asked, "And why is that?" The ruler replied, "Because they are a people among whom a noble prophet was sent, but they denied him, drove him out, and he departed from them to a people who loved and honored him." The boy said, "I am not one of them." The ruler said, "You have given me too many answers, and my heart urges me to kill you." The boy replied, "If my fate were in your hands, I would worship none but you. But know, O ruler, that I am from the city of the messenger." The ruler said, "What a blessed city! Its people are the people of faith and benevolence. From which tribe are you?" The boy replied, "From the noble family of virtue, from the descendants of the just leader, peace be upon him. Every lineage and ancestry will be cut off except ours, for it shall never be severed until the day of resurrection." The ruler was seized with great rage and ordered his execution. But all the ministers present said to him, "He does not deserve death, O prince, for he is below the age of maturity." The ruler said, "He must be killed, even if a caller were to cry out from the heavens." The boy replied, "You are no prophet, that a caller from the heavens should call to you." The ruler said, "And who will stand between me and your death?" The boy answered, "The one who stands between a man and his own heart will stand between you and my death." The ruler said, "It is he who will aid me in killing you." The boy replied, "No, rather he aids you in killing your own devil." "I seek refuge in God from you and from him." The ruler said, "I see you answer me for every question. Tell me then, what brings a servant closer to his Lord?" The boy replied, "Fasting, prayer, almsgiving, and pilgrimage." The ruler said, "I will draw near to God with your blood, for you have claimed to be of the descendants of the just leader." The boy replied without fear or trembling, "I am of the descendants of the messenger of God. And if my fate were in your hands, then indeed your devil has already come to aid you in corrupting your afterlife." The ruler said, "Do you claim to be of the prophet's descendants, and yet you dislike death?" The boy replied, "God Almighty has said, 'Do not throw yourselves with your own hands into destruction.'" The ruler asked, "Whose son are you?" The boy replied, "The son of my father and my mother." The ruler asked, "From where have you come?" The boy replied, "Upon the vastness of the earth." The ruler asked, "Tell me, who are the most generous of the Arabs?" The boy replied, "The people of generosity." The ruler asked, "And why is that?" The boy replied, "Because the renowned nobleman is among them." The ruler asked, "Who are the noblest of the Arabs?" The boy replied, "The people of resolve." The ruler asked, "And why is that?" The boy replied, "Because the chosen one is among them." The ruler asked, "Who are the bravest of the Arabs?" The boy replied, "The people of courage, for the valiant warrior is among them. The ruler asked, "And who are the vilest, the most miserly, and the least in goodness?" The boy replied, "The people of tyranny, for you are among them." And in the noble hadith it is said, "From the tribe of Thaqif shall arise a liar and a tyrant. The liar is the false claimant, and the tyrant is you." The ruler was seized with furious rage and ordered his execution. But those present interceded for him, and their intercession calmed his anger somewhat. The ruler then asked, "Where did you leave the camels with horns?" The boy replied, "I left them grazing on the leaves of flint." The ruler shouted, "O fool, O dull-minded one! Does flint have leaves?" The boy replied, "And do camels have horns?" The ruler asked, "Have you memorized the Quran?" The boy replied, "Has the Quran fled from me that I should chase after it to memorize it?" The ruler asked, "Have you gathered the Quran?" The boy replied, "Is it scattered that I should gather it?" The ruler said, "Do you not understand my question?" The boy replied, "You should have said, 'Have you read the Quran and understood what is in it?'" The ruler fell silent for a while and looked at the boy with the gaze of one defeated. Then he said, "By God, were it not that you are below the age of maturity, the sword would have been the end of your tongue." The boy laughed lightly and said, "And if the sword could cut through reason, there would not remain in your head a single nerve to tremble." Laughter filled the assembly, and the ruler's rage grew intense. Yet he soon restrained himself and said, "Take him out of my presence, for I see myself unable to match his tongue." The boy walked out, raising his voice and saying, "And those who have wronged shall know to what return they will be brought." He departed, his name engraved in history with the tongue of truth and honor. And the ruler kept saying to himself, "By God, never have I seen a boy with such eloquence, nor a sword that strikes as his words do." Here ends our story today. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so that you receive all that is new.